Welcome to the Ecotechie. In today's video, let's further our knowledge in machine learning. Today, we are going to look at a model which is known as decision tree. Now, we have learned about SVM, linear regression, logistic regression, and so on and so forth. Now, we'll look at decision tree. In this video, I'll be only giving you a brief introduction about what exactly is decision tree. In the future videos, I will explain the advantages and disadvantages, the working of the decision tree, the hyperparameter tuning of decision tree, and at last you have the coding. So without further ado, let's begin by understanding what exactly is this decision tree. So decision trees are non-parametric supervised machine learning model which can be used for solving regression and classification problem. Whenever we were studying a model, either that model could be a regression model or it could be a classification model. Rarely a model could be both. So here decision tree works well for both classification and regression. A point to be noted over here is non-parametric. Now you all would be wondering what exactly is this non-parametric. So your linear regression is a parametric model. Why do we say so? Because we make assumptions regarding the linear regressions. For example, the ordinary least square has around 10 assumptions. This makes it a parametric model. While decision tree does not make any assumptions. What it does, it looks at the data and then finds the pattern in the data, or it finds the rules for determining the different class. So it is completely non-parametric because it does not make any assumptions regarding the data. It is very simple to use because we do not have any extremely difficult mathematical calculations going behind decision tree like we had in linear regression. We had to find the slope, the intercept, and so on and so forth. Here it is simple decision rules like your if-else statement. If a person has got 35 marks, that person has cleared the examination or passed the examination. If the person has type 2 diabetes, then he is more prone to having a heart attack. This simple decision rule, it comes up from the data itself. It does not make any assumptions regarding the data. Hence, your decision tree is a non-parametric supervised machine learning model. Supervised because over here, your output and your input is given. That is, your data is properly labeled and given for you. You only have to build the model over it. So that is a brief about decision tree. Now let us look at the components in decision tree. Now our decision tree consists of nodes. Now what exactly are these nodes? So we have something known as root node. Like a normal tree, our decision tree also has a root node. What does this mean? It means that it has no incoming edges. So from the root, you grow your tree, right? There is nothing reaching your roots. That is your root node. Then you have your internal or test node. Let's take an analogy of the tree itself. Your internal node or your test node can be considered as your branches. Now, your branches are going to divide the tree into different parts. Same way, this internal or test node, remember we are all working in a higher dimensional space. So understand that these internal or test node divide the data into different subspaces. So your internal or test node becomes your branch. So you have, from your branch, you have many things going out. So you have outgoing edges. And at the end, you have the terminal or the decision node. So at the end of the tree, what do you have? You have your leaves. So you have your root where there are no incoming edges, internal or test node. You have your incoming and you have your outgoing edges and your terminal, which is your leaf. Now the best part about the leaf node is that all the probability, like for example, whether a person passes or fail, pass, fail, that probability is there in that leaf node. Now, I will help you visualize this in a decision tree. We understood using an analogy of a tree, real tree. Now, let's look at the decision tree. So, the decision tree looks something like this. You have age, which is your root node. From there, your tree starts. Then, you have your gender. Your gender become your test node. So, over here, you are dividing your space into different subspace, male and female. So these become your internal nodes. You have your incoming and your outgoing edges. And finally, you have your leaf node. The triangles that you see over here, these are your leaf nodes. So you have your probability stored in these nodes, and this is like your terminal node. Nothing will flow out of these leaf nodes. Have you ever seen anything coming out of a leaf? No, right? So that is the end of your tree. So this is the small basic structure of decision tree. In the future videos, we will deep dive into decision tree. I hope a brief introduction of decision tree has made you aware about the different types of node and what you can expect in decision tree. Thank you. Do like, share and subscribe to the Ecotechie. If you have any queries, please feel free to post it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.